Hello, hello. You guys can hear me? All right. Drop a one in the chat or let me know if you guys can hear me. If you guys can hear me loud and clear. What's up? How's everybody doing? Give me 1 second. I know you guys can't see me. I'm having some technical difficulties with the camera. That's not gonna stop us. We're gonna do the live stream. Just let me figure out how I can fix this whole camera issue. But I'm excited. Audio good, perfect. I'm gonna put some music in the background, some lo-fi music, and I'm gonna see if I can figure out how to fix this whole camera issue. Since I did switch cameras, I'm not using the other camera that I was using in the live streams previously. But let's see what we can do. And if anything, you guys don't have to see me. You guys just have to see the charts. And I gotta help you guys make money. So I'm still excited. First live stream of the year, and viewers are getting in. So let me put some low music in the background, and I'm ready. I'm gonna clear the whole chart. I'm gonna break it down from the start. There's no news. I was looking over the Forex Factory right now. It's literally no news. So we might not see a lot of volume today, this morning, since it's literally just January 2nd. Not expecting too much movement. The years usually start like this. Not too much movement, not too much volatility. But let's see what ends up happening. Right now I'm just trying to figure out the whole camera issue and continue on. But give me 1 second, guys. All right. This isn't the camera that I want to use. This is literally just my my webcam from the computer. It's not too HD, but I mean, as long as you guys can see me, I think we'll be fine. You guys think this is a good camera or not? Because I was trying to install my other one, but it's giving me issues. You guys think this one would be good or not? What do you guys think? Yeah, I love being transparent with you guys. I was trying to install my other one, but it's giving me issues. You guys think this one? All right, we'll be good with this one. All right, W camera. All right, sounds good. All good. All right, perfect, guys. So, we're gonna be trading gold this morning since that's all we trade in these live streams. We're in about, I think it was like a 7 trade win streak right now with the live streams. We're in I've lost count, to be honest, guys. I have to go over my notes, but we're in a really big win streak in the Sign Room. We haven't lost in a few weeks. I think it's been about 3 months now. But I appreciate your honesty, guys. We're in a huge win streak. That's just how we do it here. But let's break down gold. I'm gonna clear this chart up. And I did a poll last night whether gold's gonna be bullish or bearish on the start of the year. And a lot of you guys pretty much it was pretty much 50-50. I had a lot of people saying that it was going to be bullish, a lot of people saying that it was going to be bearish, and we're going to come into that conclusion in this live stream this morning. We're going to see what is the overall bias or direction on what gold's going to be doing on the start of the year, this week, of course. And yeah, guys, let's dive in and do the top-down analysis on gold. So starting from the weekly time frame, we can already anticipate and tell that gold is pretty much near all-time highs, right? Now, it did open bearish because I do remember taking some sells where we caught a little one-to-one trade in the VIP signals. We caught about 30 plus pips in the VIP signals off of a sell because we did get a bearish continuation. But we did flip bullish back again somewhere in the afternoon yesterday where, it just kept pushing back up. Let me see what the chat's saying right now. 1 sec. I'm 8K profit on a demo account. Just started learning 2 days ago. I'm excited to learn more. and fully into it. Excited for you, man. Excited for you. So yeah, weekly time frame, we're obviously bullish, guys. You know, we're literally near all-time highs right now. So going down to the daily time frame, of course, looks pretty bullish. Price also above both of my SMAs. It's above my 8 SMA, and it's also above my 50 SMA, indicating that we are bullish. Remember, when price is above both of the SMAs, it's basically telling us that we're bullish. And if price is in between both of SMAs, it means that we are pretty much indecisive. We got to do more research onto whether if price is bullish or bearish. And if price is completely under both of SMAs, then it just means that we are in a bearish trend or price is bearish. But for now, we do see clearly that price is bullish from the weekly and daily time frame. So right there, we have two big confluences, you know, from the bigger time frames indicating that we are bullish. Now, if we were to go into a trade, of course, we got to look at more time frames. But if we were to go into a trade, you know, we would feel more confident because, you know, if we take buys, we're going to have a higher probability, right? We overall see that in the bigger time frames, we're bullish. Why would we be taking sells? We would be counter trending, right? If we're going to go into a trade, I'd rather take off a trade off of a buy than off of a sell, because we already see that in the bigger time frames, we're bullish. Why are we going to be going counter trending? You get me? So overall, you know, we most likely will be looking for buys during the live stream if we do find a nice setup that we can take. 4 hour time frame, you know, 4 hour is the time frame where we can start already marking up our key levels or the levels that we want to take breakout trades off of. But in the 4 hour time frame, you know, we do see that we are pretty much bullish, right? We can see a little small uptrend forming here, or an up range right here where we can see, you know, there's a first low, second low, third low, fourth low. You know, we keep on breaking new highs. We see our first high, second high, third high. We most likely will see another high. But we do see something very important here. We are respecting this level for some reason here on the 4 hour time frame. 4 hour time frame, we can already anticipate or see clearly that we are respecting this level of 2090. We haven't been able to break that level. Now, another level that we can mark up already, that we can already see, is possibly, we can see multiple levels here, but we could possibly see that this is a strong support area. Let me dive into the 1 hour time frame better, because it is pretty choppy now for a support. Let me go back to the 4 hour. Okay, I think this could be an important level that we can mark up for sure. This would be our safe sell area. Now, of course, we could possibly take a mark up more levels closer to where price is, because we are pretty far away here. Give me 1 second. Reason why I'm marking this as the safe sell level is because, of course, if price decides to break below it, we'll already be below both of the SMAs. And, you know, it's also been a very strong resistance or support level in the past. It's been a support here. It's been a resistance here. You know, rejection with the wick, rejection with the wick. And, you know, it's been a resistance here, and it's also been a resistance here. So that's a very overall strong level, you know, to look forward in. If we decide to break below it, we'll of course be back in a bearish gold market. Now, the probabilities of that happening are very low since we are bullish, but again, it can happen because anything could happen in the market, right? We're not wizards, and we don't know exactly 100% where the overall direction is or where market will be headed. So overall, you know, all we can do is react to price and mark up our key levels. That is a 100% a level that we want to look at, right? 2050. You know, below it we'll be able to take some sells, safe sells actually, because below it will be selling territory or selling zone. Now, go into the 1 hour time frame to see how that level actually looks like. Yeah, you know, it looks pretty nice. You know, as you guys can see here, it's been a resistance multiple times. You know, 1, 2, 3. Another resistance here, wick rejection to go back into range, wick rejection to go back into range, and you know, support. So overall, that is a very strong, you know, level. And then for the buys, of course, that is a very strong resistance level as well, since it's pretty much all-time highs for gold, right? Overall, if you know, the only time it broke above was this with this huge candle here, which is a news event that we had last year, But in the 4-hour time frames, you can pretty much see that, you know, gold did respect it and had a huge, you know, major rejection when it reached 2090. So overall, 2090 is our strongest resistance and 2050 is our strongest support. Now let's look for the smaller levels or minor ranges where we could potentially take some scalps or day trade positions on gold. You know, I'm probably doing the best analysis I've ever done on gold right now. So, you know, you guys are gonna be grateful I'm doing this for the free. 30-minute time frame. Nah, I'm just kidding, guys. I love giving out free education. But yeah, 30-minute time frame, we could see that we're in a pretty big range on gold, guys. Pretty huge range. But you know, levels that we could potentially take trades off of would be, you know, 4 buys. This does look like a pretty interesting level to me. This level right here, potentially, you know, you could potentially take some minor buys, right, to target these highs up here. Yeah, I do like this. You know, buys above 2070, 2069, you know, right above this SMA. And to take some sells, again, these would be risky sells since I wouldn't really be liking to take some sells since overall we are bullish. I would prefer to take buys, but you know, of course, if the market decides to push down, you know, we could take some sells. And I would be taking sells below, let me see. You know, I can't mark up, I can't place a key level below this area right here since it really isn't a key level, right? You know, it's the market has only touched there once. If you look back in the past, it's really not a level, right? I'd say that's a fake out zone. So I can't just place a level there. And aside from that, if we do place a level there, where would our target zones be? You get me? This just doesn't make sense. We wouldn't have a positive risk reward either if I were to place a key level here at this level. You know, there's nothing else in the past. So honestly, you know, the level that does make the most sense if we were to take some sells would be this one right here, you know, 2061, due to the fact that it's been respected as support here once, twice, 3 times, wick rejection 4 times. Very minor level with the 30-minute time frame. You know, also we've had a wick here, so I think we can mark this up here as our, you know, risky sell zone. And then we can target, if we were to take some sells off of 2062, you know, 2058 can be our target zone. You know, not a bad trade. You can catch about 30 or 40 pips in this setup right here. Yeah, we can definitely work something out there. Yeah. So that's what I would be looking for if we were to take some sells. Candle closure, remember guys, breakout below 2061. Candle closure, breakout above 2069 for buys. If you guys understand, you know, just drop it in the chat. If you guys have any questions so far, just drop it in the chat as well. 2069, buys above it, breakout, candle closure, of course, 15-minute time frame or above. Key levels that I will be targeting if we do decide to go into the buys can definitely be let me see, this one right here could definitely be a key level. Being a target zone that we can target, 2072. Been a support, resistance, support multiple times in the past. This level as well can also be a very nice target zone that we can target. Of course, ultimately, you know, we can target 20, let's just put 2080 to round it up, because of course these levels are never going to be 100% accurate. You know, you're probably going to be a pip away, 2-3 pips away, but they're not always going to be 100% accurate where market is going to go exactly to 2080. You know, it could probably go to 2080 500 or 2079 600. You get me? It doesn't mean the level is exactly 2080. These are just, you know, I'm just rounding it up to the whole numbers basically, because we never know 100% exactly where those levels are going to be. And the chart or the market is, we don't have the same, you know, numbers, right? If you're probably trading in Owanda, you know, there's an Owanda chart, right? These are the numbers on the Owanda on gold for Rwanda. But if you're using another broker, you're probably off by like 2-3 pips. And you know, of course, you got to take accountability for the spreads as well. You know, you're probably gonna be off by a few pips. So you know, these numbers are never gonna be 100% accurate. These are just a roundup of you know, where these target zones or levels could potentially be. Let's go to a 50-minute time frame, see what's going on here. Now, you know, the sells do look nice here in the 15-minute time frame, because we could see that this was a range, and you know, we can clearly see that this is the bottom of the range. This is just a fake out zone. We can use this fake out zone to our advantage and have it as our future target zone, meaning, you know, we'll be taking the sells below the range, breakout, and then boom, we can have this level or the bottom of this fake out as our take profit or as our target, since we already know that market will be touching that area again to grab liquidity from the fake out, from the previous fake out that we had in the past. So, you know, the sells, you know, I'm feeling more confident in them now. But then as we went to the 15-minute time frame, you know, I don't like this, right? We could clearly see that 2069 was our buying area, but then look at this candle. We had a very weird fake out here as well, where this bullish candle closed above the highs of these candles right here. So what can we do in this situation? Well, all we can do is pretty much adjust the key level, you know, to basically have it more safe, right? So we'll just move it up a bit, and that's it. That's how you basically solve that situation. Right? You know, we had our key level placed at 2069. It's still at 2069. You know, for safer entries, let's round it up. Instead of entering at 2069, we're just more patient and we wait to 2070. We'll be taking the buys off 2070. There, boom. You know, no reason to worry about it. Our TP would, you know, be 2072, or we can adjust it a bit higher to, yeah, 2072. Could be a 20+ pip trade with a 20 pip stop. That can give us a nice 1-to-1 risk reward setup right there. You get me? So yeah, we have some nice buying opportunities that can play out if we decide to push up, and we also have some nice sell opportunities that we can catch if we do decide to push down. Market is clearly now in range, and all we can do is pretty much wait. If you guys have any questions so far, or anything that you guys want to ask me in the chat, please do. You know, any concerns, anything that you guys don't know about trading, ask it in the chat, and I'll be able to help you guys out, you know, by answering your questions. But pretty much, you know, we're very early into this range that we're forming right now. I do believe that we are missing out of price action. Price is gonna play around this area, you know, do some things here, you know, similar to this, to eventually either break below these lows and target these lows down here as our TPs, or possibly break above these highs and, you know, continue pushing up, where we already will be in the buys, or we will be in the sells if we decide to push down. So, you know, that's what I expect on gold right now. Now, let's do the inverse correlation with the DXY or the dollar, and, you know, see what's going on with the US dollar or the US economy, right? Since I do believe that the inverse correlation with the DXY is very important, you know, when trading gold. DXY, ooh, I don't like this. Let me see. Well, let me see. 1 hour, weekly time frame. Okay, weekly time frame, we can already anticipate that yeah, dollar is bearish below both my SMAs, and, you know, we are having a continuation towards the downside. Now, if we decide to break these lows down here on the DXY, which is 99, we can already anticipate that we will 100% be in a bearish DXY market or bearish dollar, and we can see all-time highs getting created on gold. Remember, gold does the complete opposite of what the US dollar or the DXY does. So if the DXY pushes up, gold will push down. If the DXY pushes down, gold will push up. Daily time frame, you know, what it looks like is that it's pushing up a bit now, and we could see gold actually push down, but that's again on the smaller time frames. Overall direction on the bigger ones, you know, we could clearly see that the dollar is pushing down, right? Below both our SMAs, clear downtrend. 4 hour time frame, again, clear downtrend. You know, if this isn't a downtrend for you guys, yeah, I don't know what to tell you, but yeah, clear downtrend on the DXY. Let me delete all these markups so you guys aren't confused. But yeah, weekly, daily, 4 hour, overall bearish on the DXY, right? I'd say above this level is where we can already anticipate or see a bullish DXY. Now, I don't think that would be the case. I think we are very bearish right now. 1 hour time frame. We're just seeing the market push up a bit up right now, but you know, we're having just some retracements or pullback towards the upside. But overall, I do believe overall direction is bearish. You know, we can see us probably push up all the way to this level to ultimately, you know, just keep pushing back down. That's what I see on the DXY. And overall, if we are bullish on gold, that's what we would rather see, since we already understand the inverse correlation that the DXY has with gold. So, you know, I do expect dollar to keep on pushing down and gold to keep on creating new all-time highs. That's what I'm expecting. I'm very, very bullish, guys, on gold for the start of this year. So, you know, let's see what ends up happening. We have candle closure in about like 8 minutes. But you know, again, we're very, very early into this range. I do believe we still have a lot of price action to be formed, and we might see something interesting happen at 9:30. You know, we might see a breakout, but again, there's no volume. So, you know, without volume, we won't be able to see any volatility or any crazy breakouts happening. If we do decide to get a breakout or we do enter in a trade, we're probably just going to catch small trades like 1-to-1s, 1-to-2, but I don't expect a big, you know, huge move like the ones that we've caught in the past. Damn, the chat is dead today. Wait, never mind. The moment I just said that, someone said something. What's SMA and FMA? FMA? I mean, I don't know what FMA is. I've never heard of that. But SMA is simple moving average, which are these two lines here that I have in my chart, which are basically indicators. You can have it, you know, it's basically an indicator that I use to tell me the overall direction of price. Did you mark those two zones on the 15 or a higher time frame? So I marked them up. You know, you probably just joined the live stream a few minutes ago, but when I started the live stream, I did a top-down analysis. So I marked up my chart starting from the weekly time frame, and I started going all the way down. I started marking up those levels on the 4-hour and 1-hour time frame, which are the time frames that I mark up my key levels or zones. And then I start going into the smaller time frames to get my precise entry. Happy New Year's, by the way. Happy New Year's, everybody. You know, I hope everybody had an exciting, you know, phenomenal 31st, and you know, you guys are starting the New Year's with a positive mind and, you know, ready to crush it. I thought I heard F1 time. That's my fault. No, there's no FMA. It's SMA, which stands for simple moving average. It's just basically these lines, which are my indicators that help me identify the overall direction of price. Again, I just use indicators as what they are, which are indications. I don't go into a trade based off of just what my indicator tells me. I just use it as an indication and to help me identify overall the direction of price. And then I just add it up as one of my confluences or confirmations. We're getting a 15-minute closure in like 5 minutes. But yeah, we're pretty much in between right now, the range. We're far away from, you know, buys or sells. Yeah, you explain things so well that after being a part of these streams, I am now marking up the same levels myself. Thanks for that. I appreciate it. You know, that means you're learning. That makes me happy. I'm glad for you. Again, the way I trade is very, very simple. You know, I go straight to the point. You know, I don't like to overcomplicate things. I don't like to fill up my chart with indicators. I don't like naming it with fancy terminology. I just like using very simple stuff, you know. Key levels at the end of the day are the same thing as supply and demand, support and resistance, order blocks, whatever you guys want to call it. Super simple. They're just key levels, levels that are important for us in the market that we can potentially catch a breakout off of or a rejection off of. Simple. You know, we don't. There's no reason to overcomplicate things. There's just levels in the market that we mark up and see price create a reaction off of. I don't like naming it all these fancy things because I don't want to overcomplicate you guys. At the end of the day, you know, price is gonna do the same thing when it touches a support resistance than, you know, if it touches an order block or it touches a supply or demand zone. It's gonna react to it, right? So why just naming all these, you know, different and weird terminology when at the end of the day, price is gonna do the same thing. You know, price just moves in 3 directions: up, down, sideways. Why are you gonna overcomplicate yourself with all these fancy terminologies? No reason to, right? The simpler you make trading, the easier and better it's gonna go for you. Remember that. When it's time to execute, you're not gonna be looking at all these, you know, fancy terminology. It's gonna be harder for you guys to remember it, and most likely you're gonna get nervous when trading, you know, in live time. So make it simple for you guys. You know, look for, you know, a few things, make it easy, and execute when it's the right time to execute. That's all I gotta tell you guys. Trade what you see, not what you think or feel. 15-minute closure in 2 minutes, 9:15. You know, we might get a breakout below these levels right here. Of course, I won't be entering in a sell because we'll pretty much be inside the range. Too risky. You know, we could potentially see a breakout off this level, and then we'll see price push back up. So there's no reason to trade here. And again, you know, that's a very, very dangerous move since, you know, it's about 20-30 pips the pullback if we do get a pullback. So yeah, no reason to trade inside this range here. Everything inside this area here is a no trade range. So as long as price remains inside this area, you know, you shouldn't be trading it. It would be extremely risky. So, you know, don't risk it. It's January 2nd, year started. You don't want to start the year negative, right? The first trade that we took in the VIP signals, thankfully we won it. It was a quick 1-to-1. After hit take profits, you know, I advised the most stops to break even, and then it just went the whole opposite way. But we're 1-0 starting the year, right? You don't want to start the year negative though. So just have patience and let price come to you, you know. It's also early in the morning. It's 9:15 a.m. You know, drink your coffee, watch the live stream, and have patience. Let me know, guys, in the chat if you guys are trading already full-time or you guys are trading part-time and want to eventually become a full-time trader. You know, what do you guys do for work? How do you guys make money? And, you know, what do you guys want to do with trading? You guys want to be a full-time trader like me and just trade, you know? Or, you know, you have trading as a part-time thing or a hobby right now where it's not your main source of income, but, you know, you kind of want to make it your main source of income. Let me know what stage you guys are in trading. You know, drop it in the chat. You know, I'm interested to kind of get to know you guys. $9.16. We got a candle closure. We did close below those lows, but again, I told you guys, you know, we're in a no trade range. I don't really want to go into those sells right now. We could potentially drop to this level here, but again, it'll be risky. We won't have too many confirmations. The only confirmation we really pretty much have is this small breakout on the 15-minute time frame, but that's just not strong enough for us to go into this trade. Remember, we need at least 3 confluences or more to potentially go into a trade, and we only take high probability or high quality setups only. So it's not even a breakout on the 30-minute time frame. So 100%, we're not going into that trade. I want a full-time trade. I never really liked the idea of having a boss. Yeah, 100%. That's the same way I felt. I never really liked having a boss either. I always want to be my own boss. And thankfully, through trading, I was actually able to find that freedom. Doing digital marketing and got into trading in a serious way this past half year. Trying to make it my main gig. Yeah, 100%. If you dedicate your time and, believe that you can actually do this full time, you can do it. I made it my full-time thing when I was into trading, like I think it was my second year or a year and a half into trading. I made it my full-time income. I had some money saved up from my job, had some money saved up from other side hustles that I had, and then I was able to fund my accounts. I was able to afford a few prop firms if I did blow some in the beginning, and I was able to I had money to live off of for at least 12 months. So I didn't have the worry or stress to make money in trading. I pretty much had 12 months to figure it out. Since I had money, I had 12 months of, saved up money to have. So, yeah. But 100%, you guys can make it your full-time thing. Just gotta dedicate and really take it seriously. Because, if you don't take it seriously, nobody else is going to take it seriously for you. And that's just the reality of things. I can help you with the signals, I can help you with the live streams, but I'm just not gonna be here, holding your hand every single day for the rest of your life. You guys also have to learn how to trade as well, and it's one of the reasons why I do these live streams for free here on YouTube, so you guys can understand and see how I mark up my charts, and you guys can see how I trade, and you guys can learn from someone who's already kind of made it in the industry and has their own strategy already set up to the T. Right, I'm 100% confident in my strategy, and you guys could clearly see that my strategy works, right, from the previous live streams, right? So you can just take that into consideration and kind of use my strategy or the way I think, as a blueprint to your success, right, to your future success. So, are you trying to do this the rest of your life, or are you trying to build some income to eventually start a business? So I think I said this on one of my past streams, but again, if I'm confident that I can make money in this industry, and I've made a lot of money in this industry already as well, why would I just leave money on the table, right? When I can continue to make this type of income, for the rest of my life, as long as the markets stay here. So yes, I will continue to always trade. I'm probably not going to trade as often as I do now later on in the future, since I will be having a bunch of other businesses and a bunch of other things. But it is something that I will continue to plan to have for the rest of my life, because this is a skill set that nobody can take away from you, right? Once you already learn how to trade and you know how to make money in the charts, it's something that you can have for the rest of your life, right? So 100%, I'm always going to be trading. I'm probably just not going to be trading as frequently. I'm probably just going to become a swing trader where I'd have like 1 or 2 trades per week, or, a few trades per month. And, I'll be able to look after my other businesses that I will be running in the future. But another way, to look at trading is a great way to fund your financial success, right? You can use the profits in your trading to fund up future business and projects that you might have in the future. I just bought an account. This is a new move for me, and I'm happy learning from you. I believe I can pass this after making some good money. 100%. I've had multiple, I've had a lot of students who have passed prop firms account. I have a lot of students, right now in the live stream that are, trading on funded accounts or on challenges right now, and are taking my live trades. So 100%, if you do pass it, this week or the week after, let us know in the chat. Let us know that you passed it, and you know, that there's nothing that makes me happier than to see one of the students pass an account or, you know, make some money with our trade ideas. So 100% go for it. I believe in you, and you're gonna kill it. Did you ever have any doubts when starting trading? Everyone did, right? Everybody has had doubts. You know, nobody's perfect. I didn't come into this already knowing it all. I had a lot of failures. I blew a lot of accounts my first year. I lost a lot of money. So yeah, 100% I did have a lot of doubts. Everybody has had doubts. You know, whoever tells you, if there's any guru out there that tells you that they haven't had any doubts, they're lying to you, right? Especially in trading when it's very psychological based, you know. So everybody has had doubts, but you remove doubt by having a working strategy where you can backtest and you can clearly see based off of statistics that it works. I've backtested this multiple times. I average a 70 to 80% win rate based off of all the previous trades that I've taken back, you know, 3 years prior, right? So now, based off statistics and real numbers, you know, I can clearly see that I have a working strategy. So why would I have doubt or be nervous after, statistically speaking, my strategy averages a 70 to 80% win rate? You get me? You know, men lie, women lie, but numbers don't. And statistically speaking, my strategy works. So how can I be insecure or have doubt when it comes to my trading? You see, that's another way how that you guys can see the market, and it's going to change your perspective on everything, right? I'll be right back, guys. I mean, it was like 2 minutes. All right, I'm back. We're still in the range, guys. You know, nothing much has happened. Again, if we can't catch a trade here, we won't catch a trade. Remember, I'm going to be only sending high quality setups only. And I'm going to be only sending out the trades that I believe are going to hit or take profits. You know, I'm not going to send out a trade just to send it. If there's no trade that happens during the stream, there's no trade that happens during the stream. At least you guys are learning from these live streams. I'm helping you guys build up your psychology, because again, that is the most important thing when it comes to trading. You got to have your psychology right, and you got to have a strategy. Those two things put together are going to make you successful, and you build both of them with a lot of experience in back testing. So and of course having live time into the markets. How long have you been trading for? So think, well, last year was my 4th year. I think this is my 5th year now. I'm 2 days into my 5th year of trading. Yeah, pretty much coming into my 5th year now. So pretty much 5 years. I became profitable in my 2nd year and a half. Coming into my 3rd year, I became profitable. My first 2 years, I was losing money. I was making money, but it wasn't consistent. consistently, I started making money by my third year. Again, I didn't have a mentor and I didn't have anybody to learn from. When I first got started into trading, there was no such thing as prop firms. You know, there was not as many trading influencers or trading educators as there are now in the industry. I was pretty much doing it by myself. There were a few, but you know, I didn't 100% trust in them, and you know, I just went my own way. But yeah, I learned off of experience. The market was my mentor. It humbled me down, you know, many times when I first got started, and it taught me a few lessons. And I never took one of those lessons for granted. We're gonna get our first 30-minute candle in 3 minutes. So let's actually start looking at the 30-minute time frame, see what ends up happening. Yeah, it looks very, very indecisive, guys. You know, it's not something that I would take right now. If we do decide to break above 2068, you know, I'm not gonna take the trade here because we're pretty much still inside the range. And if we decide to break below 2065 or 2066, I'm not taking it either. You know, we're still inside the range. And like I said, guys, this right here is a no trade range. Not taking anything inside this area right here. Yeah, we are getting candle closure in 2 minutes. All right, 2 minutes for our candle closure. Looks like we're slowly gonna reach the bottom of this range. All right, guys, 1 minute for candle closure. Do you ever place any trades while inside the range, or you strictly wait for a breakout? I'm a breakout trader. Why would I get impatient and get into a trade inside of the range, right? No reason to. Eventually, a range is going to be broken out of, you know, whether it's going to break above or it's going to break below the range. And those are the trades I go into. I could, you know, sometimes send a trade inside a range, but they're not going to be high quality setups, and they're not going to be they're not going to be a very, very effective trades. They have a higher probability of losing than a higher probability of winning. So, you know, think for yourselves, why would I go into a trade inside of a range when the probabilities of you losing are higher? There's no point. Candle closure closed. Very ugly closure. Literally no volume with that closure. But it's 9:30. It's NYSE open. Wall Street opens right now. We should see, you know, some volume kick in right now. Not expecting too much movement since overall we don't have any news events going on. It's January 2nd, the year just started. Nothing crazy is going to happen. But I do expect, some volume to potentially at least give us, a decent breakout. Alright, guys, we have another 15-minute closure at 9:45. I'm gonna wait for that closure, especially since we did start the stream a little bit late this morning. So I'm just gonna wait till 9:45, to see if we can catch a trade. If we don't get anything by 9:45, I'll be ending the live stream. But it was an educational morning. You guys were able to learn some things. You guys were able to see how I think, and learn from me, right? Doesn't always have to be a trading morning. Not always is there gonna be a trade that's gonna be called out. But one thing is for sure, and one thing is certain, that you guys are always gonna learn from my live streams. You guys are always gonna learn a thing or two. So even if you guys, if we couldn't catch a trade or make money, you guys are gonna learn something. And I do believe that knowledge is 100% very, very important, especially in this industry. So, or anything that you do, the more knowledge that you have in something, the better. That's something that nobody can take away from you, right? Once you learn something, you're always gonna know it. So, it is key. Honestly, the best part is the learning. Yeah, that's part of the process. Imagine if, I just did a live stream and I didn't talk, or it was just boring, right? But 100%, I will be making these live streams way more engaging. Give me 1 second. Oh, it looks like we're about to catch a breakout, guys. Patience, I'm not into a trade. Remember, no impulse entries, only breakout closures. Closure is going to be in the next 10 minutes, so we got to have patience. Again, this is some random volume that just kicked in, so no reason to rush into anything. Some bullish movement, yep. We are seeing some bullish volume right now kicking in. Patience, though, remember, is the most important thing. We have 10 minutes for some action to form here. Hopefully we can get a breakout now in the next 10 minutes. And then we'll stay in the live stream for longer, right? As since we're, if we do get into a trade, we'll be in the live stream for longer. how do the different time frames work? So, when it comes to my strategy, the higher the time frame, the stronger the confluence, or the stronger the information that's getting displayed is, right? So for example, if we have a trend in the weekly time frame, it's obviously going to be a stronger trend than if it was a trend in the 15-minute or 5-minute time frame, right? Because there's a lot more data to be shown in the weekly, daily, and 4 hours. So the bigger the time frame, the stronger whatever it is that you're looking for is. If you catch a breakout on the daily time frame, that's going to be a way stronger breakout than if it was a breakout from the 15-minute time frame. So the probabilities of you winning that trade based off of the confluencers or the confirmations that you got on that big time frame are going to be 100% way more effective than if you were to be looking at the 15 or 5-minute time frame. Same thing goes with fake outs or false movements in the market, right? If you go into a breakout off of the 5-minute or 15-minute time frame, you have a higher possibility of that breakout or that move being a fake move or a fake out and the price reversing on you and hitting stop loss than if you were to be going off of a breakout that you saw on the 1 hour, 4 hour time frame. Usually those breakouts on the bigger time frame are more effective and more secure, leading you to a better trade or a high quality setup. That's how I see the time frame. So if that's the reason why I mark up everything on 1 hour and above, and I just go and execute on the 30-minute and 15. The reason why I just stay in the 15-minute and 30-minute time frame is just so I can see the data and pretty much see how volume is reacting on a smaller scale. But I mark up everything and go based off of the markups that I did on the 1 hour, 4 hour, and daily time frame, since those are the markups that I really want to look at, especially if I'm taking a trade. Now, markups that I mark up below the 1 hour is what I consider the not high quality, but just small ranges or regular scalp ideas that can give me like 1-to-1 risk to reward, or what I call minor levels, right? My major levels are levels that are above the 1 hour time frame, and minor levels are levels that I can mark up on the 30-minute and 15-minute time frame. Minor levels have a higher probability of them being fake outs than of course the major levels. Right now the gold is bullish. Yeah, overall on the weekly, daily, and 4 hour, we are pretty much near the all-time highs on gold, but we are in a range right now, or inside of a consolidation on the smaller time frames. If we decide to break above 2070, then we can possibly see a continuation towards the upside, where again we can possibly reach new all-time highs, but we need to first catch this breakout. Right now we are inside a range or a consolidation where price is indecisive. We don't know where it's gonna go, but overall we do see on the bigger time frames that gold is bullish. So what do we expect? That we can potentially catch some buys. But for us to catch those buys, we need to get our confirmations first. We can't just predict and go based off of some markups that we did on the bigger time frames off of something that just happened in the past. We gotta see the market at present time, and present time is us reacting to whatever the market is eventually gonna give us. The only reaction that we can possibly get that is gonna get us to go into those buys is the breakout or the bullish breakout above 2070. Without that breakout, there is no trade, because right now price is indecisive and we're inside a range. No breakout, no trade. We're in a no trade range right now because we can pretty much just push back down and we'll be stopped out if we go into a trade now. No reason to. We need our confirmations. We're not breaking our plan for nothing. In the next 4 minutes, we're getting our next candle closure. No, if it breaks above, we do a buy because we are bullish. If it breaks below, we're doing sells, right? If market decides to push down to 2061, we're going into sells. Why would you sell at the top? if price is above, we're expanding into new or higher areas, right? So we'll be going into buys, not sells. You're doing price action or ICT? I'm doing my own strategy, man. The outbreak strategy, which is mainly price action, but it's not ICT. It's, you know, my strategy is my strategy. There's no other influencer or YouTuber out there that trades the way I trade. My strategy has a 70 to 80% win rate. It's worked out for me. It's worked out for all of my students, and it's not something that you're gonna find on YouTube because, you know, I still haven't released my course yet. The only way where you're gonna be able to learn my strategy is through my live streams or in my Telegram community. And we look like we're having some bearish volume right now. I don't believe it's gonna be a breakout, guys. Remember, I'm not entering no trade. I can care less if this candle gives us a 100 pip move towards downside or upside. You know, we need a breakout. But it looks like we're just touching the bottom of the range and we're touching the top of the range. Remember, we need a breakout below 2061 for us to get into this trade. If we don't get it, you know, we don't get it. But yeah, I don't trade ICT. You know, the guy's cool. He explains a lot. But what I've explained multiple times in my live streams, I don't like to overcomplicate things. And I feel like his strategy is just way too overcomplicated. He has a name for every little thing that happens in the market. And that's just not my way of trading. My way of trading is to have a simple outlook on what the market is doing. I feel like he names everything something. He has a name for a big candle, which is a candle with a lot of volume. He names it an imbalance. He names, you know, a support area, a fair value gap, or an FVG. He has order blocks. He has too many things that, you know, you shouldn't even be naming. So no, I don't trade ICT or SMC. Do I believe those concepts work? 100%. There's, you know, a lot of traders that I have, especially inside my community, that trade SMC or that trade ICT. Now, does it work for me? No, because that's just not the way I like to trade. If it works for you, great, congrats. Keep trading what works for you. If it's made you money, congrats. Keep using it because it's making you money. At the end of the day, you're trading because you want to make money. And if you don't make money with SMC, then why are you still trading the same thing that doesn't work? It's time to do something different if you want different results. You got me? So, you know, do what makes you money. How many profits you earn every month? It fluctuates. My biggest month was a $50,000 month. I've had $20,000 payouts. I've had, you know, $20,000, $30,000 withdrawals, but it fluctuates. It's never the same thing. You know, I can have a 20K month one day, and then, you know, there could be a month where I don't trade as often, or there just isn't, you know, a lot of volume, and I can probably just make 4 or 5K, or there could be a month where I can make nothing because I didn't trade for the whole month. You know, thankfully that hasn't happened because I've been trading every month. The only time I really pretty much took a break was last year, the last month of December, where I didn't trade anything. You know, I didn't trade for the last 2 weeks, but you know, yeah, my biggest month was a 50K month, and I average every month, you know, somewhere around 20K, which is what I like to make every single month, and that's where I'm confident, you know, comfortable trading in. Who do you start watching when you first started trading? So, like I said, I learned from myself. I was my own mentor. There is a lot of people on YouTube that I've watched that I've, you know, not really much learned from, but, you know, I've seen how they trade, and it's pretty interesting, right? They're cool people. A lot of them are from Miami as well. I'm from Miami. You know, some traders that I've watched, or I can say were the OGs in the trading industry, especially here in Miami, were people like Q Banks, you know, Lambo Raul, Daniel Savage, shout out to them. Those were people that I used to watch a lot back in the days when I was first getting to become profitable. Their strategies, I didn't use them. You know, I just didn't like the way they traded. But it was inspiring because there were other traders in the industry that were doing similar things to what I was doing. And then I would see their lifestyle and see that they were actually able to accomplish it, you know, using their own strategy. So I was like, you know, that's pretty dope. They're living in the same place I live in, and they make a living off of the same thing that I'm doing. So those are 100% cool people to follow and, you know, interact with. But yeah, that's just how my outlook on the trading industry is. All right, so it's 9:46. The breakout was this one right here. Super small candle. Don't like it at all. Huge wicks. What is that? How do you manage your stress? My stress. So it comes to being confident with your trading strategy and with your psychology. When you have a strategy that statistically works, like I've showed you guys in the past, where I can average a 70 to 8% win rate, there's no reason to stress it, right? Just be confident in yourself. Don't I can't say though, don't stress it when the question is how do you overcome stress. It doesn't make sense, but just be confident in your abilities and know that if you continue to do the little things, eventually you're gonna be able to accomplish the bigger goal or the big vision that you have for your life. Eventually it's gonna come. It's not gonna come one day to another. It's not gonna come. You're not gonna have those crazy results in a week from now or in a month from now, but eventually, if you keep doing what works continuously, you're gonna make it. You're gonna look back and you're gonna be like, damn, I'm bigger than I was 2 months ago, or I'm bigger than I was last year. As long as you're continuously growing every single day, not taking huge steps, but taking little steps, eventually those steps are gonna build up, and you're gonna see results. How much cost your mentorship? So I have different and various programs. My VIP signals are just $70 a month. Very affordable, really good price for what I honestly believe are probably the best signals in the industry. We're in a 14-week win streak in the VIP signals. We average like a 70-80% win rate. Most trades are like a 1 to 3, 1 to 4 risk reward. So overall, really good signals for a really good price. Lifetime for that is $500 lifetime, one-time payment, and you're in it for lifetime. And then my one-on-ones are a bit more expensive because you're on a one-on-one call with me through Zoom for a whole month. That one right there is $2,000 one time. You have classes with me for 30 days. You have direct communication with me. I give you my number. You can ask me any question you want whenever you want. You can send me breakdowns, charts. I'll look over them for you, and I'll tell you if they're good, if it's a good idea or not. I'll also send you recorded classes. So all the classes that we're gonna have, they're also gonna be recorded, so you can keep forever. You'll have access to my 50+ exclusive course that I haven't dropped yet. You'll be having access to it, and aside from that, you'll also have lifetime access to my VIP. All of that for just $2,000. Now, that's all gonna be through Zoom. If you want an in-person class, it is gonna be a little bit more expensive, since of course I have to meet up with you in person, and I don't know if you're in Miami or in my location as well, but it's $2,000 for the one-on-ones. Do you trade crypto? I invest in crypto. I don't trade it. I have a lot of crypto that I invest into it, especially since most brokers pay you out in crypto. Sometimes I don't do the conversion into USD or cash, and I just leave it in Bitcoin, or I leave it in USDT. So I do invest a lot in crypto. I have a lot of Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now, when it comes to all those little altcoins or the smaller coins, I don't know much about them, to be honest with you. I know that they're very volatile, but I don't really like getting into them unless one of my friends that are being into crypto tell me to invest into something, and I know that it's gonna get me some big returns. But if it's just me by myself, I don't really look into it too much. I just know that it's very volatile and you could potentially make a lot of money. I've made a lot of money with crypto, but it's not something that I look at to actually make money off. I just leave it there, and with time it just grows. Yeah, for example, I can have $50,000 in Bitcoin right now. I leave it in my wallet, and it'll grow with time. So that's how I see crypto. I don't trade it. I used to trade in crypto. Do you think it is a good idea to trade it? If it works for you, if you made money with it, keep doing it. Like I said, if you're making money with it, that's the whole purpose of you trading. Now, the reason why I didn't trade it is because, first of all, it's a completely different market. It's a market that's open 24/7. It never closes during the weekends. Sessions aren't important to it, so they pretty much move any time of the day. New York, London, Asia. Another thing is that usually on most MetaTrader brokers, cryptos have very, very high spreads, and when you're entering the trade, you're going to be placed into a very bad area or bad entry. So especially on MetaTrader, trading in crypto sucks. It's not my thing. Now, if you trade crypto in a crypto exchange or in a crypto trading platform, yes, it could be better, like spot trading on KuCoin, or whatever, Binance futures, whatever it is that you use to trade crypto. It's better because they're platforms that are meant for trading crypto. But if you're gonna trade crypto in MetaTrader, I don't recommend it. It's gonna have very bad spreads and very bad execution timing. So I just don't recommend trading crypto in MetaTrader. If you're gonna trade it in a crypto exchange or on a crypto trading platform like Binance, or something like that. But yeah, if you make money with it, keep doing it. There's no reason to stop if you're not making money. If you're making money with it, Looks like we're getting a breakout. We're gonna get 15-minute candle closure right now in like 8 minutes. Wow, live stream's actually gonna be longer than I thought. Whatever it is, just stay in the live stream, guys. I like teaching you guys, and we're having a good time. So let's just stay in the live stream for some more time and see if we can kind of catch a candle breakout. We are near entry, guys. If we get a breakout above 2070, we'll be looking to go into buys. And remember, we need a breakout above 2070. We can target 2072 as our first TP, and 2074 and 2076. Oh yeah, I think we can catch a nice trade here. Let me get everything ready. Don't get into the trade yet, guys. Remember, patience. I'm just gonna write it down here for you guys, so you guys can know what I'm looking for. Guys, I'm not in a trade yet. Patience. Just basically telling you guys what I'm looking for. Not in the trade yet. Okay, guys? Not in the trade yet. Patience. Right now, I'm 16. Right now I'm 16. What should I do if I want to be financially free at 18? So I started trading when I was 16 years old. I used my parents' information since they were obviously overage, and you got to be 18 to trade. I don't recommend it. Do it at your own risk. But you're in the right path. You're already watching trading live streams. You're in the right path. I'd say get as much knowledge as you possibly can. Get a job, man. Work sometime, just so you can experience how a job actually feels, and see if you like it or not. Most likely you're not, since you're not gonna have too many options at 16 to work. You're probably gonna work low income jobs. You're probably gonna work fast food, something something that's not gonna pay you too much, so you're not gonna have a nice experience off of jobs. But do it just so you can have an experience with it, and just so you can have some type of money saved up, just so that by the time that you're 18, you can actually have some type of money to trade. You don't have to all fund it into a broker. Thankfully nowadays we have prop firms, so now you have money to save up for prop firms for a challenge, and you'll have enough knowledge to actually be able to hopefully pass a challenge and make some nice money at 18 years old. So you're on the right path, man. Keep on doing what you're doing. Keep on watching the live streams. Keep on learning as much as you possibly can. But I'd say focus on one thing. Don't go all over the place. If trading is what you like and you feel like you can actually make into trading, focus on just trading, right? Don't go into YouTube watching, you know, drop shipping videos, Airbnb videos, real estate. You know, you're 16, you shouldn't be looking at real estate yet, you know. But of course, it's always good to have knowledge and, you know about multiple things, but focus on one thing first. I feel like trading is the best thing you can get into at a young age, just because we have platforms nowadays and you don't require too much capital. You just require some type of knowledge, and you can gain this knowledge by watching live streams and, you know, doing your own back testing. So keep on doing what you're doing, man. You're doing good. Do you have any advice? Yeah. How come you target 2070? Is it because it's a psychological level as well? Yeah, it's also a psychological level. I'm glad you named it. I'm glad you saw it like that as well. I rather, for example, when it comes to psychological levels, I rather take buys or sells off of areas that are whole numbers or psychological, rather than, you know, if it was 2069, for example, or 2068. 2070 is our closest, or like rounded up level. You know, we're not going to be entering a trade at 2069 and 100. That's just weird. You know, it's also going to be confusing for you guys, especially if I'm a signal provider. So what am I going to do? Yeah, I'm going to send out the signal at 2070, even if it's just 1 or 2 pips away from where our actual entry is. It's more safe, and, you know, it's easier for you guys to understand if I were to send out a trade at 2070 than if I was to be able to send a trade out at 2069 800. You know, it would make more sense for you guys, you know. All right, we're getting candle closure in 2 minutes. It's about to be 10 a.m. We've been in the live stream, I think, now for almost 2 hours. So I think it's the longest live stream we've actually been on, and actually, honestly, one of the most educating one as well. As you guys have been able to learn a lot. I've been able to give you guys a lot of good tips and advice, especially for the younger audience that we have today in the live stream. We're about to catch a breakout, guys. I'm gonna let you guys know if I'm in the trade or not. Patience, patience, patience. Not in the trade yet. Patience. Patience. 1 minute, guys. Patient, guys. 1 minute. Buy stops above 2070. We got a breakout here. We're going into the buys. All right, guys. Patience. Not in the trade yet. I'll let you guys know when. We did get a breakout, but I want to see how this next candle reacts to it. This candle does not have a bottom wick. I'm not in a trade yet, guys. Patience. Let me see how the DXY closed. Okay, I'm entering the trade, guys. I'm entering the trade. 2070. Buy stops. I'm in. TP1 is 2072. I'm in the trade, guys. We are in an active trade. Buys above 2070. Thanks. I tried trading and I do content creation as well. So the best is top one of these two things. Yeah, if you do content creation, you can do content creation for trading. Have trading as your main stream of income, and then have content creation as a way to show people your knowledge in trading. And then also offer content creation for other trading influencers or other people in the trading industry. You know, offer them, you know, Instagram posts, social media content, and you know, things like that that can help them. You know, if you're able to find a solution for people's problems, you're gonna be able to make money. But guys, I'm in an active trade, 2070 XAUUSD gold. We're in a trade. TP1 would be 2072, stop loss 2067. It's a risky trade. You know, it's January 2nd, not a lot of volume. This could easily be a fake out. So risk 1%. Don't risk too much on this trade. But I mean, I do like it. You know, I have all my confirmations. We broke above 2070. Even in the 30-minute time frame. So I like it. It's a nice trade. We're above both of our SMAs. And overall, we are bullish. We also had the DXY inverse correlation breakout. DXY also broke below these lows. I like the trade, guys. So, you know, you guys could go into the trade. 2070 was our entry. When you place a trade, do you have just one position? I've explained in the past. If I'm gonna risk 2%, you have two options. You can either risk the whole 2% in one position, or you can risk 1% on one and another 1% on the other. Close one early, do whatever you want. I'm in the trade, guys. We are in some drawdown right now. We're like 10 pips in drawdown. We're like 5 pips in drawdown. It's okay. I believe we're like in a 7 or 8 trade win streak in the live streams. We haven't lost ever since we started our live stream. So, you know, we're good. If we lose it, we lose it. We come back tomorrow stronger than ever. So, but we are in some drawdown right now, guys. I mean, I had all my confirmations. So, of course, I'm going to go into the trade. Why don't you put your stop loss below the lower low? Because the risk reward wouldn't make sense. You know, if I were to put my stop loss below this candle, which is usually what I do with most trades, it would be a 50 plus pip stop loss, and it just wouldn't make sense because I would have to put my TP1 for also 40 to 50 pips to at least have a 1-to-1 risk reward. It wouldn't make sense for me. Do you ever move your stop loss mid trade? Yes, I do. Once we're up about 15 pips, I usually move stops to break even, and it's a risk-free trade. I do believe we can come back up, you know. If we do lose a trade, guys, it's gonna be our first L. It doesn't matter, you know, we're learning from this. But yeah, guys. What is the orange indicator? What orange indicator? There's no orange indicator. You mean this red one? This a 50 SMA or a 50 simple moving average. I don't have any orange indicator. Alright, we're coming back to entry, guys. Perfect. Do you ever feel anxious when there is drawdown as soon as you enter a trade? Not really, because I know what I'm risking. I'm only risking 1% of the trade. So if I do lose a trade, I'm only losing 1% of my account. And with a positive risk to reward, I know eventually I'm gonna be able to, come back. So not really. I don't feel anxious at all. It's part of the game, There's gonna be trades where you lose, right? I know traders that have a negative win rate but end up being profitable due to the fact that they have a really good positive risk to reward. So it is what it is, You're not gonna win every single trade. Again, it's all about your psychology and how you react to those losers, right? If you become greedy, you get FOMO'd, and you start over trading because you lost a trade and you start taking a bunch of BS positions, yeah, you're going to end up blowing your account and you're going to end up losing money. But one lost trade off of a bad analysis or, just overall market manipulation or whatever ends up happening in the market is not bad at all, It happens to the best of us. It happens to everybody. You're not going to win every single trade. What you could control is your risk management, Hopefully you guys aren't risking your whole account in one trade, right? Hopefully you guys are just risking 1 or 2%, like I always teach you guys. Now we're about to get stopped out. First stop loss in the live streams. Not yet. We haven't hit stops yet. Looks like we're about to get stopped out though. And now we're pushing back up. Hey, we're pushing back up. It's respecting my SMA. Come on, push up. Come on, push up. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I have faith it'll go up. Hey, let's see. And we got stopped out. First L, guys, that we take. It's all good, Hopefully you guys risked accordingly. You guys risked 1%. Like I said, risky. It was a risky trade. The first trade of the year, January 2nd. Came back into range. Why did we lose this trade? Now, so this is something I always like to teach you guys, especially when we have losing days or we do take L's. You can't just move on like a lot of traders tell you, oh, you lost a trade, move on. No. You got to identify why you lost a trade, and I'm going to explain here why we lost that trade because I already identified why it was. It's January 2nd. There hasn't been a lot of volume. There's no news events. So where is the market going to get that volume from to get that breakout? You got me? Yeah, we did get a candle breakout. Why did we get the breakout? Because it's New York session. We know that during New York session, there's always breakouts happening. But was there the volume, the enough volume that we needed to continue pushing up in the direction of the breakout? No, there wasn't. There wasn't enough volume. There wasn't volatility. There's just overall not a lot of traders trading today. So where was the market gonna get that volume required to continue going in our direction? It wasn't. So we got faked out. We got the breakout. We had all of our confirmations, but the only thing that we were missing was the volume, and the market pushed back into the range, and we got stopped out. Now this totally fine. It's okay. It's our first L. We just lost the 7 trade win streak that we had with the live streams. It's all good. We won 7 trades in a row. We've only lost 1. Is that bad? Not bad at all. Remember, guys, a winning trader is a trader that follows their trading plan and does not break it. If we lose a trade but we followed our trading plan, consider yourself a winner, because 99% of traders break their rules and break their trading plans. So we won, because we followed our trading plan. Obviously, we lost a trade. We lost 1 or 2% of our accounts. All good. We'll come back tomorrow, and we're going to come back stronger. Do you think you took an L because of the SMA? No, I took an L because what I just explained. There just wasn't enough volume in the markets today. It's January 2nd, brand new year. Not a lot of people are trading yet. People are still in break time. People are still, there's just not a lot of volume in Wall Street right now. Not a lot of news. Nothing crazy going on. So there just wasn't enough strength for the market to keep pushing back, pushing up. We got a fake out. That's simply it. Look at the DXY as well. We had the fake out on the DXY where it broke below these lows, and then it started pushing back up into the range. Will it eventually break out? Possibly, yes. But there's one thing for certain that we can't change. We got stopped out, and it is what it is. We got stopped out. All right. So that was the stream for today, guys. Amazing stream. Even if we lost a trade, I still consider this one of the best streams that we've had. Right. It's not all about making money. Yes, the goal in trading is to make money, but you guys gotta understand everything behind the industry, right? So I appreciate all of you guys. Losing is inevitable. It's going to happen. Back next time for your profit. Let's go, man. I appreciate all of you guys. If it was your first time here, man, thank you for watching. Thank you for trusting in me. And I'll see you guys all tomorrow again. My live stream schedule is Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays at 8:30 a.m. Eastern. Every single morning, I live stream for about an hour and a half, an hour. I try to, send out the best possible trade ideas for gold, and I try to educate and teach you guys the most as I possibly can. Thanks for sharing your knowledge. Thanks. W stream, W knowledge. I appreciate all you guys. Let's go, guys. Thank you so much.